What's going on, everybody? It's David from the 80s, and you're now entering the Cinema Chop Shop. So park your ass right there. And while you're there, don't forget to hit the like, the share, and subscribe button. Also, if you check the link below, you'll see a Patreon account. You click it, become a member. All you got to do is try to recommend movies and music and trailers for me to react to. So click the link. Now, with that being said, we're here today to review Father Stew. Father Stew is a Mark Wahlberg starred film. We also have Mel Gibson in this movie. It's amazing to see that man back on the screen. I know he's been sitting behind the scenes in a directorial seat, but it was good to see him on the screen. We also have Jackie Weaver, who I have seen in Bird Box, The Voices, and also in The Widow, right? And that's kind of like where it ends. Also, we have Teresa Ruiz, who is in Narcos, but that's neither here nor there. Now, Father Stew is a true story based on true events about a real person. And this story essentially is talking about how there was a young man who, in his original city, he was an amateur boxer. Because something happened, he couldn't box anymore. So he went out west in order to pursue an acting career. That didn't go out as planned. And because of a situation that happens, he ends up finding faith, right? That's the easiest way I'm going to put it. Now, this movie, Mark Wahlberg, in my opinion, does an amazing job. He does a phenomenal job as Father Stewart, and the physical transformation that he goes through from the beginning of the movie to the end is astounding. Now, I don't know if that was literally Mark Wahlberg, going to like the lengths to physically become this character, or if it was like a form of prosthetics, but whatever it was, it looked very realistic. So kudos to them for doing that. Now, Mel Gibson's a great actor, veteran actor. Every time he's on the screen, he does exactly what he needs to do. So you already know when you're getting Mel, you're getting like A+ material. And I think her name was Jackie Weaver. What was it, Jackie? I keep forgetting her name. Yes, Jackie Weaver. She also does an amazing job as Mark Wahlberg's mother in this movie. But it's funny because as you're watching this movie, you feel like this feels like a atypical Mark Wahlberg movie. You feel like, okay, well, Mark Wahlberg is just being Mark Wahlberg. He's being that Boston, Massachusetts accent wielding, attitude given, character that he's been in so many different movies. So when I went into this movie and I'm watching, I'm like, okay, I'm just getting the same old Mark Wahlberg, nothing really new, But then as the storyline progresses, you start to get more and more and more of his character, and you start to appreciate, okay, his acting range. I know Mark Wahlberg can act. It's just that we haven't really seen him act in quite a while. We've kind of seen him take roles like Ted and a lot of these other roles where he's just some cop or some guy from Boston. And it just, you never really get to see him flex his wings. So it was really cool to see him in this movie, kind of show like a variety, right? Kind of show his range. It's not like a huge range, but it was good enough for me. You already know when you have movies that are based off of real people and real situations that the storylines are always going to be on point. This movie storyline was very good. This is one of those very feel good, close to Easter movies that we get yearly, but I feel like this is one of the better ones. We always get those movies real close to Easter that are religious in value. And like I said, usually they're kind of very, like some of the older ones, they feel kind of cliche at times. But this one is a very good, heartwarming movie, a true story based on a man's journey from the bottom, from rock bottom, and then climbing all the way to the top, and being saved by the grace of God. It's a great, great movie. Now, one thing that I didn't like though, I wasn't really a fan of the soundtrack of the movie, right? There are some tracks on it that's really cool, but it has like this really country-esque kind of vibe going on with it. And I mean, I wasn't really digging the soundtrack like that. That was kind of like the low point of the movie for me. But other than that, the movie flows together really well. Mark Wahlberg's character and Mel Gibson's character, the way they interact is freaking hilarious. And it's there's a scene in this movie where um I can't even say it. It's just a scene in this movie where you've heard so many situations that go down exactly like this, and you know what's going to happen. You watch it, you see it, you kind of see like the premonition happen. And you see so many situations that go down like this, and it makes you really start to like question your morality, and then question, how many of these situations were you able to walk away from or prevent from happening because you listen to a voice per se, right? But that's all I want to say about that. But let's see what else we're talking about. Overall, like I said, the movie was really enjoyable. Like, I don't really have anything bad to say about it. It's a great movie. That kind of, they hit the nail on the head with the release date being around this time. Not even gonna lie about that. What else? So the reason why I saw this movie. Now, I had no freaking clue anything about this movie, like at all whatsoever. Zilch nada. I didn't know nothing about it. My wife was like, "We should go watch Father Stew," and I'm like, "What is Father Stew?" And she's just like, "It's a movie with Mark Wahlberg." I'm like, "Mark Wahlberg's making a new movie?" She's like, "Yeah." So I think we're walking in AMC, and she's like, "Look, that's the movie I was talking to you about." And she's been talking constantly about this movie for like a cool minute. That, and she wanted to watch this documentary, but we missed out on an opportunity to see the documentary, but we did get to see this movie. And we're just, like I said, we're walking by AMC. She's like, "That's the movie I was talking about." And I looked and I was like, oh, "Okay, that sounds like a very interesting movie." And I'm not gonna lie, I went into this movie completely blind. Like, I didn't know what this movie was about. I just knew it was something. I thought Mark Wahlberg was gonna go in this movie impersonating a priest. That's what I thought was gonna happen. Like, that's literally what I thought was gonna happen. But it was a lot different than what I expected. And you know what? Like I said, I kind of want to look up more information about Father Stu. Maybe if he has any videos online or anything like that, maybe somebody recorded him. I kind of want to watch these videos, and because it seemed like he took a very urban approach to his ministry. And I really enjoyed that, because people kind of resonate with people that are from similar situations as themselves. There's some people that get up there and they do this because it's kind of a job to them. And then there's other people that get up there and do this because they're very passionate about it, and they believe the words that are coming out of their mouths, and they understand what it's like to be like on the other end of that fence, and they're speaking strictly from experience. This is a situation, and this movie gets frustrating sometimes. Like, it gets really frustrating. Like, watching this movie and watching Stewart's climb and fall and climb and fall, it gets very frustrating, and it really resonates with you, and you almost start to just say, "Man, just give up." Honestly, any normal person under these circumstances will probably just tap out, walk away from the situation, but faith gave him the strength to push through. And like I said, that's what this movie is all about. And trust me when I say this, this is a very good movie. It's something that you should watch out. So here on the Cinema Chop Shop, we're going to grade movies in 3 ways. Count them 3 ways. Either you get bodied and sent to the bowels of the nether realm, or you get spared. I say your movie was great, awesome, I loved it, cha cha cha, Charmin. Or I say it's meh, which means it's mas o menos, mediocre, all that good stuff. But obviously, I've had nothing but good praise to say about this movie, so I'm going to spare this movie.
He ain't earned the death. He ain't earned the death at my hands. God's only man, spared by the butcher.
You heard it, folks. Yes, I'm going to spare this movie. It's an excellent movie. You should definitely watch it. Watch out for it. You should definitely watch this movie. But then also, I was trying to look up some information about the director, but I didn't really get much from her. So I wonder if this is her directorial debut. Anyway, but like I said, she did a really good job. Mel Gibson's in the movie. Mark Wahlberg's in the movie. Anything with those two is automatically a plus for me. So I had fun with it. And I think you guys will have fun with it too. So let me know in the comment section down below if you agree or disagree with everything that I've said. Just let me know. You are now exiting the Cinema Chop Shop. Hope you guys are having a magnificent day, and adios.